Now recording. Good morning, I'm Maya. This is a public service announcement. To inform you of this issue, I've requested the help of Soren, a licensed professional person who knows stuff about things.
Salutations. I am not a British child. I am Soren. And I am not licensed in anything.
Thank you, British Chod. Today we would like to bring to your attention the importance of protecting keystone species.
Excuse me. The species we will be discussing is the
Prairie
dog.
The prairie dog is one of many keystone species, which are basically the last building blocks of one large tower. The last block being the one that pulls everything together neatly.
Removing that block will make the entire structure collapse.
Kind of like the collapse of all that tea on December 16th, 1773.
Practically, there it was, minding its own business, being beautifully taxed and utterly civilized, when then it was thrown straight into the harbour. No kettle, no milk, and not even the decency of a biscuit on the side. Frankly, it wasn't a political protest, it was a catastrophic breach of tea etiquette. Somewhere, a British grandmother felt great disturbance in force of, and just frankly didn't know why. Honestly, the prairie dog supports ecosystems. The tea supports the people that make it properly. Remove either, and everything utterly goes to bits.
Okay, but milk doesn't go in tea.
Well, it does, and you're just an idiot.
Shut your mouth.
You are.
Shut your mouth.
Egypt.
Okay, shush. This is not. No, shut. Okay. Prairie dogs are that one finishing piece of the entire structure, and if prairie dogs disappear, so will any hold that came with them.
The animals who the prairie dogs ate would become overpopulated, whilst animals who ate prairie dogs would lose a food source, lessening their numbers as a result of this loss.
Obviously, this isn't a very good thing. Imagine your grass.
Pardon?
Prairie dogs eat grass. Your family is grass. You're grass. You wake up, greet your grass relatives, eat some sun, and are enjoying your day when you come to realize nothing came to eat your family today. Your family grows larger, and soon there's too many of you. You also notice no coyotes in the area anymore due to the disappearance of prairie dogs.
A horrible example, but I suppose that sort of makes sense. I've brought a visual representation of the food web as well.
Thank you for that gorgeous representation, one that I totally didn't make and let you have the credit for. I truly appreciate and love your hard work with all the love I'm legally allowed to give.
Right, you're welcome.
Tell them, say the thing. Say it. Say the thing.
Pardon me. Some threats and dangers to the
Prairie.
prairie dog population currently, human caused and naturally occurring. Humans turn their grassland homes into agricultural land, hunting, the rapid spread of the non-native sylvatic, the plague, and poisoning campaigns.
Now you may be wondering, I'm sure you're just oh so curious. You're so totally screaming at the board. What does this have to do with me? Well, first off, don't yell at me. Secondly, there's a few ways you can contribute. You can advocate for non lethal management, support habitat conservation, relocate instead of exterminating them, do your best to protect your area from any disease using environmentally friendly solutions.
Advocate for policy change, donate or volunteer with with an S
It's not how you
organizations
spell organization.
dedicated to no, it is to protecting prairie dogs and or these delicate keystone species.
Prairie.
Shut up. Anyways, my funny jokes because you're boring and you honestly have no comedy within you. So,
Okay.
right, so a neutron walks into a bar and asks, "How much for a drink?" The bartender responds, "For you, no charge."
You are so funny.
What does one cell say to his sister cell when she stepped on his toe? Ouch, my toesis! What did the 0 say to the 8? Nice belt.
What does that mean?
I'm reading a book on anti-gravity, actually.
Okay.
It's impossible to put down. Wait, should I say more? A guy walks into a bar and says, "I'll have some H2O." The guy behind him says, "I'll have some H2O too." The second man dies.
You're not funny.
How many programmers does it take to screw in a light bulb? None. That's a hardware problem.
Okay. Right?
Wait, two cats are on a roof. Which one slides off first? The one with the smaller moo. Heisenberg was actually pulled over for speeding. The cop said to him, "Do you know how fast you were going?" Heisenberg replied, "No, but I knew where I was."
I don't get it.
Why are you not laughing?
Because these aren't funny.
What did Argon do when Copper insulted him?
What?
Argon had no reaction.
Well, you're British.
Well, you're a cheeseburger because all you guys do is eat cheeseburgers and start wars.
Okay, well, at least we don't drink tea with milk in it.
At least we drink milk properly. Milk properly? Tea properly?
Is there an improper way to drink milk? I'm confused.
I mean, if you drink it out of a mug, then yes.
Mugs make no differences. They're
Mugs
still
make
cups.
differences. You should not be
It
drinking
doesn't matter.
cold drinks out of ceramic.
It doesn't make any difference. It's still a cup.
It makes a lot of difference.
It carries one liquid from one place to another.
No.
And it also allows you to drink the said liquid.
No.
Okay.
I rebuke